So one question we get asked all the time is, what angle should I put my paddle on? Now it's really important to remember that there isn't a right answer because we are all different. So when you're setting up your paddle, we're trying to make it work for yourself, and it's probably a good idea to play around with a few angles as well. But it's also really, really important that you know why you actually have an angle on your blade, because then you're going to make the right choice on your angle. Now we do have an angle on our blade because as we come through and we finish a stroke off and we enter the setup position, we're trying to make sure that this front blade enters the water nice and square. That's going to give us a good catch, grab the water, move us forward. If it's not, if we're coming into the water and we're going to knife and miss our catch, basically we're just wasting energy. And really the simplest way to change that, rather than trying to change your whole technique if you've been paddling all your life, is actually just to play around with your angle. So, as an example, I'm going to set up now on 65 degrees. If I come into my setup position, you can see that my front blade is on an angle. It's definitely not square to the water, which means I'm going to knife it, I'm going to miss out on my catch. But now if I change my angle down, I'm going to place it on 45, and I come into my setup position, you can now see the blade is square. I'm going to get that catch without slicing into the water. I'm going to move myself forward as efficiently as possible. This is actually a really easy thing for you to analyze yourself. If you get someone to video you from side on, that's normally the easiest way, because if you are knifing into the water, you're going to be able to see the inside of the blade in that setup position. So that's basically what we're not looking for. We want to see just the very edge of your blade and none of that inside face of the blade as you enter the water, take your catch. If you can see it, rather than trying to twist your wrist up more or get really high, which can be quite difficult, especially if you're challenged with a little bit of balance, just change your angle. Turn it down a little bit. Find the position that works for you. Out of interest, I paddle at 45 degrees. I have a doubles partner that paddles at 65. It doesn't matter because when we both enter the water, it works for us. We're square, we're not missing out on anything.